Hello everybody, it is I, TDI Fan 2022, and welcome to another video. So, remember like almost about 2 years ago when I made this video where me and a couple of my Discord friends, or friends at Discord, ranked animes. We did like our whole top 10 list. Well, now we're going to do it again, or well, I said at least we should try to do it again. And this time, instead of 10, we're doing 20. And we have 2 extra people joining us this time around, so that is sweet. Alright, with that being said, let's just get right to it. Now, I know that this video is probably going to trigger a lot of you, but this is just our personal opinions. And with that being said, let's first get on to some honorable mentions, because we do have some honorable mentions. And these are the animes that were close, but did not quite make to our top 20. So, those animes include Kekai Sensen, My Teen Romantic Comedy, Konosuba, Fire Force, Horimiya, Tokyo Revengers, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Dr. Stone, The Quintessential Quintuplets, Tokyo Ghoul, Seven Deadly Sins, Neon Genesis Evangelion, One Punch Man, Bleach, Classroom of the Elite, and Naruto. Yes, I know that is quite a lot of animes that are not on this list, and most of them, you guys are probably wondering, why are they not on the list? Well, like I said, this is just our personal opinion. But with that out of the way, it is now time to start our top 20 list.
Starting at the list, we have Jujutsu Kaisen, the anime that blew the world by storm with its stellar animation, as well as how developed the characters were. As the story is quite similar to Naruto for some of its viewers, it's still got some features that makes it really unique. It starts a high school guy named Yuji Itadori who enters a school where he learns to fight demons and jujutsus, well, basically curse, which some of the parts really relate to Demon Slayer in a way. But even with all of that, Jujutsu Kaisen is great. Though the other animes on this list is really better, which is why Jujutsu Kaisen is bottom on the list.
No matter which side you were on, there will never be a winner in the end. In the anime ranked 19th place, BUNGOU Stray Dogs is a perfect example to such trope. The anime is filled with tons of action and twists that'll make you want to watch even more. The characters in the series went from being hilarious and incredibly cruel to having a fantastic story and background info behind them explaining their current actions, making them incredibly likable, make you want to watch even more to get to know them better. The only reason why BUNGOU Stray Dogs is really low on the list is due to how weak the first season gets, and the main plot the anime focuses on is somewhat cheesy to some of the audience. Besides that, BUNGOU Stray Dogs is a beautiful anime with not only beautiful animation, but beautiful characters, incredibly depressing moments that'll make you cry, and of course, lovely storytelling.
Coming in at number 20, we have Soul Eater. You'd have to admit this is one of the few animes that has a pretty unique style, with all the characters looking pretty quirky. This series revolves around 3 duos. These pairs are a partnership between a weaponmeister and a human weapon, trying to reach a ranking of Death Scythe. They must collect the souls of 99 evil humans and 1 witch. What really makes this anime great is that how relatable the main characters can be, as well as what the series is saying. We all try to achieve something, and sometimes it just takes friends to get to the next step, which also shows how the series can connect to us as a viewer. With all that being said, that's why Soul Eater has a spot on this list.
Coming in at number 17, we have Mob Psycho 100. This series is also from the creator of One Punch Man. That alone should simply show you why it's on this list. While many would consider this to be better than One Punch Man 2. The story follows a boy who's a psychic, which means that he can pretty much do anything, though like all power beings, he's got a power scale, which demonstrates how strong he can be depending on which number he is at. Once he gets to 100, then the opposing side is pretty much screwed. Some of it can be quite similar to One Punch Man, but this series sure can be much funnier than it, as well as it being more unique when it comes to its story. Many anime fans love Mob Psycho 100, which isn't hard to see why. It can be funny when it's supposed to be, and when it's serious it can be very serious. With all of that being said, what is not to love about Mob Psycho 100? Which sums up to why it's on this list.
Coming in at number 16, we have CLANNAD. This is one of the special animes since it's based on a game rather than a manga. The story follows a boy named Tomoya and a girl named Nagisa, who bumped into each other and started to become friends, later on becoming lovers. Though this is not your usual slice of life anime, as the story gets really deep into serious topics, though we will not get into spoilers. Those who have watched this series can relate to the characters, especially teenagers, as the main characters are teens. Also, you'll see some sad scenes at the end, basically. But why is it on our list? Well, because of how unique the stories compare to really other stories, such as, for example, visual novels, like Air, and some other ones, yeah. And also, it's not standard. It's pretty difficult to understand some of its plot points. But other than that, CLANNAD really touches its hearts on the viewers emotionally, which is why it's taken the number 16 spot on the list. If you haven't seen the anime yet, you definitely should. Really.
Hello everyone, it is me, Jose, the My Hero Academia fan, again, or coming Jose, the MHA fan for short. And today, we're going to talk about and review Black Clover. Yeah, I did MHA last time, and now we're going to do Black Clover. And yeah, Black Clover is similar to MHA, but different, because it's about this person who has no magic at all, but he's going to become the Wizard King. Similar to becoming the number hero, but different because the Wizard King's powerful and he wants to become like him. So he goes to a squad, I think so, yeah, I kind of forgot it because it's kind of like different. Like squads are like they're like magic knights, and where they just do I think I'm sorry guys, but yeah, I kind of forgot because mainly the show I'm still currently watching the show currently, so yeah. But the squads, they just do, I forgot, I think they do missions and they get stars for it, and the stars whoever's the most become number one, I think so, squad? Yeah, I think that's how it works. I kind of forgot about the squads. It's a bit more confusing. But yeah, Black Clover has very interesting characters, very interesting plot, and very interesting story too. And yeah, Black Clover is awesome. Its openings are fire. And unlike the MHA fandom, Black Clover is actually more. The Black Clover fandom is more better, and they don't do the critter and don't do weird bad things. Yeah. Sorry if I stuttered too much. The show is honest, but the show is honestly pretty good though. It's amazing. If I had to rate the show, I'd probably give it a 9.2 so far. It's very amazing. In my top 4 actually. And yeah. So if you guys haven't watched Black Clover yet, I suggest give it a watch. You will love it. Yeah. That's all to say about it. I know it's short, but that's all to say. But the show is amazing, so you should watch it. And its movie is coming out soon, and the show is on hiatus, so yeah. I'm excited for the movie as well. So yeah, this is Jose, the MHA fan, signing off.
Coming in at number 14, we have Assassination Classroom. Now, to me personally, this was the anime that got me into watching anime in the first place. So it does have a special place in my heart. And it is indeed one of the memorable animes as well. While we all don't really like school and we're jealous that Koro Sensei's not our teacher, the story follows a class that is, while also doing regular stuff that you should do at school, they are also training to become skilled assassins by their teacher. Because their goal in the end of the year is to kill their teacher so that he doesn't blow up the earth. That alone is quite a unique plot to the story. This anime is great in so many ways, with story-driven characters and creative villains, well, mostly of course. Also, with one of the saddest anime endings for sure. It got me bawling my eyes out. That alone guarantees why Assassin's Classroom is on this list.
Coming in number 13, we got Dragon Ball Z. Pretty much a big anime here in the West. One of the few animes that's preferred to watch in dub. The story takes place after Dragon Ball. Goku now has a son named Gohan and living peacefully. Then that peace goes to waste because of all the villains that's coming to planet Earth to destroy Goku and taking over the planet. But Goku's got some help from the Z Fighters and learns new transformations, which comes in handy while fighting those no-gooders. Dragon Ball Z is still an anime that people talk about even to this day. And it pretty much has some of the greatest anime fights in history. Which is why Dragon Ball Z should have been higher. It is on this list.
The next anime that we have in this list is FULLMETAL Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, what makes this show truly the godfather of all animes is the story, the pacing, the plot, the characters, the writing, the animation, the action, and the feeling itself. Just truly never fucks that up for us. And this is why it's such a classic. And you don't see this anime being high ranked in my anime list for nothing. And which is why FULLMETAL Alchemist Brotherhood is in this list.
Coming in at the number 11 spot, we have Death Note. Death Note is one of those series that appeals to hardcore anime fans and non-anime enthusiasts equally. A cult classic, Death Note garnered through enough attention to get a disastrous Netflix adaptation. A large majority of fans consider Death Note to be one of those masterpieces in terms of storytelling, characterization, and themes. The series is significantly darker compared to mainstream shonen animes like One Piece or Naruto. The central theme shows justice and punishment befitting crime. The protagonist of the show, Light Yagami, is a straight-laced high school student who finds a notebook that allows him to kill anyone whose name is written on a notebook. The notebook itself is the Death Note, which the title of the series directly refers to. The show is a dynamic amalgamation of suspense, mystery, and the supernatural. A complex characters and themes that delve into the ambiguity of concepts like power, justice, and obsession. With all of this, and so much more, it shows us why Death Note is a part of this list.
Coming in at number 10, we have YUYU HAKUSHO. If you love Hunter x Hunter, then you'll definitely love this. You are in for a treat, because this series was created by the same creator. As a matter of fact, he created this series before he did Hunter x Hunter. The story follows a boy named Yusuke Urameshi, who suddenly dies. He just died, like then and there, he dies. But he has another chance, or he's brought with another chance to come back to life. But the catch is he has to become a spirit detective. Pretty much protecting the spirit world and all that jazz from bad guys, though he does get some cool powers, so I say that's a win-win. Though Yusuke ain't the only good character or cool character in the series. We've got stellar arcs, like really great arcs. I felt like my heart was pounding in some of these arcs. But there's also great villains, powerful villains, and great characters, like very unique, a great cast of characters. And with that being said, Yu Yu Hakusho is one of those animes that should not be slept on, because honestly, I love this anime a lot. It's like in my top 5. Personally for me, it's in my top 5 animes, and I've watched quite a few animes. But with that being said, that is why Yu Yu Hakusho is on this list.
Next up we have on our list is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, as you can tell by the title, it's bizarre and it really makes it a name itself to the show. And yeah, it's adventure themed. The adventure itself really takes off in the timelines, and that's what makes it interesting. And you get to see every different main character to this anime. And more than that, you'll love every single character, which to debate which one's the best. And yeah, that's why we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in our list.
Hello everyone, it is me, Jose, the My Hero Academia fan, and today we are going to, review or talk about My Hero Academia. And oh boy, this is my favorite anime of all time. I like it a lot. And yeah, and it's my favorite anime because it was one of the films I ever first watched. Watching my third anime I watched, and I enjoyed it a ton, and it got me real into anime, thinking anime is so cool. I never knew anime was like this, and yeah, it's awesome. And honestly, I just love this show a bit. It's one of my favorites actually. It's in my top 1 of all time. Well, top 5, but like it's like my first favorite anime of all time, or all-time favorite anime. The story is about a person wanting, which the main character wanting to be a hero. So he goes to a school full of students who want to become a hero, and there's a bad group called League of Villains who are bad, and yeah, I'm not gonna say their names because I want to keep this a secret. Well, not really secret because you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, My Hero Academia is like one of those shows that you must watch. I know it's not that bad because its fandom's just really down there, like the worst part of the show. The fandom isn't good. It's toxic and mean, and they even threaten the creator who made this show. The creator needs a lot of love because he made My Academia happen, and they don't treat the show like it's good. But MJ is a good show, and yeah, the creator worked hard on it, and he did a good job on the show. The show is amazing, and if I had to rate the show, I'd probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. A must watch, definitely. And season 6 is coming this year. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, this is Jose, the MJ fan, signing off.
Hunter x Hunter is one of those shows that can have such unpredictable events happening in the anime, and that's what makes the anime so incredible to watch. The plot in the first few episodes are pretty solid to begin with, but even they're really good and fun to watch. The creativity in plot, arcs, and character arcs are absolutely gorgeous and super wacky to begin with. The main reason why Hunter x Hunter is pretty high is how it shows us that a solid plot can melt into a series that quickly became a fan favorite to the anime community.
Coming in at number 6, we have Code Geass, one of the mature animes for sure. So if you aren't a teenager yet, or you haven't really learned about the boy and girl bodies, then just wait a bit until you give this a watch. Code Geass is one of those types of animes with those armored robot suits used for wars and all that stuff, but that isn't what just makes it superb. The story follows a teenage boy who's stumped into a bad situation, causing him to gain the power called GEASS, and to lead a rebellion to give the world freedom from those who has taken it. With this, and its story-driven characters, devastating losses, and a gut-wrenching climax, what is not to like about Code Geass, especially with the main protagonist being one of the smartest characters in anime history, pretty much. All of that and so much more, which is why Code Geass is in this list. Honestly, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely give it a watch. It is worth it.
Bet you didn't see this one coming. That's right, coming in at number 5 is shockingly Fairy Tail. Now, not everyone sees how good this anime truly is, but to us as a whole community, we actually think it's quite enjoyable. This anime just depends if you like it or hate it, but that doesn't stop it from making it to the top 5 spot. Fairy Tail deserves the spot due to its wholesomeness and how it can make one simple plot to a fantastic, adventurous masterpiece. And the characters are so fun that even the fillers are fun to watch because of them. And some of the arcs are really unpredictable, which makes them really intense and giving you this suspense feeling. Well, overall, Fairy Tail is an extremely fun, fancy, shonen anime for everyone, and that's why it deserves its placement.
Coming out next is Demon Slayer, an anime that will never be forgotten in the anime community, and I can clearly see why. Everything about it is amazing. The plot is pretty simple though. Boy has a sister that turns to a demon and slays other demons. But for a plot that's simple, it drags amazing events, arcs, and wonderful storytelling to make the anime as amazing as everyone says. The reason why it's incredibly high on the list is honestly weird to ask such a question. The animation is beautiful, the characters are incredibly well written, and the plot is something that everyone can understand. It's also very hilarious. If you haven't seen Demon Slayer, what are you even doing? Give it a watch. it's an amazing experience.
Alright, now we're down to the big three. Coming in at number 3, we have Cowboy Bebop, one of those animes that pretty much got big here in the West, as well as being very well known in the anime community. Well liked too. Cowboy Bebop sets in space and is pretty much is if cowboys catch their prey in spaceships rather than with horses. The main characters are bounty hunters, all with very emotional and devastating backstories, giving us the explanation of why they are who they are in the present time of the show. But this anime single-handedly has all of its episodes being bangers. Like, it pretty much doesn't even have a bad episode. Some episodes can be lighthearted and silly, but the majority of the show is usually dark and can be very brutal. But it's also really clever with how it handles its story and its characters, which is why it is on this list. If you are into that type of stuff, or if you just really want to watch one of the most goated animes in history, Cowboy Bebop is definitely a must watch. Do not watch the live action. Do not watch the live action. Just stick with the anime, because we all know the anime is better. And yeah, that's why Cowboy Bebop is on this list.
Being runner-up in the list is Attack on Titan. Now, the reason why Attack on Titan is in our top 2 is because Attack on Titan is one of the most majorly biggest animes out there. Like, you'll see this popular for so many reasons, which is why it's really great and it's a must-watch. The storyline, the growth of each character, and then some realistic shit is also one of the majorly greatest things about Attack on Titan. And the story, it's something we never get to experience before, and it's so amazing and incredible. And that is why Attack on Titan is in this list.
And coming in number 1, we have One Piece! I mean, come on, it's obvious. Someone should have guessed that this is going to be at the top of the list. The story that has the best world building. The story that has gone for over 25 years now. One Piece. Following Straw Hat Luffy, who sets to become the king of the pirates, goes on crazy and wacky adventures alongside with his crew, who also has to go up against powerful villains, who may share similar goals, or just one power. One Piece story hardly disappoints. It's got amazing arcs, great villains, and of course, the saddest and tragic backstories to date. One Piece has truly touched viewers' hearts from time to time. With all of that, I can go on for hours talking about how great One Piece is. But I think I said enough. In conclusion, One Piece takes the number 1 spot on this list.
And that is our rankings. Thank you so much to everyone who has, become a part of this collab. Thank you so much for helping out. And honestly, just thank you. Thank you for spending your time to help me out with this collab. And yes, I know some of you guys are not going to agree, and that is totally fine. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with this list. And also, let me know what your top animes are. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this collab. I love doing these collabs. I hope to do more in the future. I hope you guys would like to see more in the future. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.